Ah, federal job and hey, Riggs. Well, I mean, like, well, we kind of spent the day like helping Guru like see his mom. Oh, because she had a heart attack. She's okay. She's up and conscious and lucid, a little sleepy. Not to be, not unexpected, you know. Sans painkiller. But she's good. So we were doing that. So we're a little like ragged out. You know, there's a lot of, even though like it wasn't eventful, there's a lot of like emotional labor going on, you know, so you get a little tired. How you guys? Ah, how you guys doing? This thing on? Well, yeah, hard stuff is no joke, man. You know, it's scary. Yeah, it's scary shit, man. I don't know why I'm playing Venga Boys right now. Seems inappropriate. So I'll turn it up. You know? Yeah, Six Flags is still a thing. It's still a thing, you know? You know, I don't know if I would say it's a big thing, but it's a thing. You know? Man, you also have to fucking bear with me. I'm a little depressed. not as like stressed out as Guru, obviously, but like, you know, kind of down, kind of tired, kind of down. I don't know how long I'll be on, but I definitely want to come on. Um, excuse me. I braved grocery store sushi. I read the leak screech for weapons. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. I don't want to know shit. I want to go in blind. Oh, by the way, did I get extra hair in mine? No. I mean, my beard grew a little bit. Huh. Oh, the sushi. Yeah, no hair. No hair. Yeah. Well, like, I that world is pissing me off, man. Not the world of theme parks, just the world in general. Um, strikes me as being full.
Emily joke.
Oh, this strikes me as being full of fucking shit. Mm. Super fucking bullshit. That world out there. Yeah. Some ass out there. Some ass. Bad. None but bad news. God, I fucking. Now we're just gonna be doing this now. Put a fishtail on the back of my head. How's my day going? Mine has fucking been weird. Took Guru to see his mom early this morning because she's in the hospital. She looks like she's gonna make full recovery, which is badass. It is weird being it has been weird. Feeling a little down, but not like the worst. You know what? Let's finish up that Behind the Bastards episode that we got that was interrupted. We got about, looks like 20 minutes of it left. You know, let's be mad at something a little less consequential than America descending into a fascist hellhole.
That everyone like
had just gotten him wrong, and that like Dilbert readers are smart enough, but other people didn't get it. I'm actually going to read a quote from EW.com here, like summarizing the fallout. Adams insisted that his post was some sort of forensic exercise, that his loyal readers, he presents them as sort of uber-rational Dilbert nation, understand. But he did eventually offer an apology. To the best of my knowledge, no one who understood the original post or its context was offended by it. But to the women who were offended by their own or someone else's interpretation of what I wrote, I apologize. Thank you for making my week so interesting.
You chose to be offended by your own interpretation of what...
Yeah, it was all just a game from me, the puppet master, but I'm sorry if it hurt you. Like, Scott, just look, if you want to believe shitty things, just like say them on your massive platform and ignore the people who argue with you.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, don't be a little baby about this. Like, he's such a wimp.
Is this the time he made sock puppet accounts to defend himself, or is that?
Oh boy, that's where we're heading to. So the attention, because this kind of goes viral, more and more people start to watch his blog posts and then they start to realize, like, wow, he says dumb shit all the time. Like, he's constantly saying bullshit without knowing anything about the shit he's talking about. So in the mid-aughts, it kind of becomes sport in a couple places online to make fun of bad Scott Adams posts, and Scott can't handle it. So he starts to make fake accounts on Metafilter and Reddit under the pseudonym Planned Chaos, where he's doing this puppet master thing, and he pretends to be someone else defending himself, because apparently his rational super fans aren't like good enough to actually do the job for him. Here's an example of a Planned Chaos post. If an idiot and a genius disagree, the idiot generally thinks the genius is wrong. He also has lots of idiot reasons to back his idiot belief. That's how the idiot mind is wired. It's fair to say you disagree with Adams, but you can't rule out the hypothesis that you're too dumb to understand what he's saying. And he's a certified genius. Just saying. First of all, argument to authority. Like, if you want to be like a big fucking rules D&D for real life guy, like, that's the argument to authority. You're not actually defending yourself. Like, that's evidence that you've kind of like that whatever argument you're making is completely hollow, because you have to rely on like, well, he's a genius, so you just don't understand him. But also, that's just like such a sniffly little wuss thing to do. Like, say it under your own name, you fucking coward.
Yeah, that's what bothers. Like, well, that's not the biggest thing that bothers me about Scott Adams, but it's like, I have never understood making a sock puppet account to defend yourself. Like,
it's sad. It's weak. Anyway, whatever. Once Trump began his campaign for president, Scott's behavior accelerated. He predicted a Trump primary win. Fair enough, gets that one right. And then he takes back his endorsement of Trump, though, after the Access Hollywood tape, and he endorses Gary Johnson, which he'll later come to regret and try to explain away. But it is very funny. Once Trump wins, he publishes a book called Win Bigly, in which he argues that he and Trump are both master persuaders, and Trump was ushering humanity into a bold new world with his master persuader techniques. He becomes increasingly partisan during the Trump years, but also increasingly silly and deeply irresponsible, would be fair to say. In 2019, you guys remember the Gilroy Garlic Festival mass shooting that was carried out by that kind of fascist guy?
Yeah.
Real fucked up. Scott uses the tragedy as an excuse to publish a video app he's made called WinHub, which he's created as like a news gathering tool. And he's like, while like the shooting is going on, he's telling people to use this to like report on what's happening if they're like, it's pretty fucked up. Like, there's a lot of debate in our culture about like what it is and isn't appropriate to do in the wake of a mass shooting, but I think we can all agree trying to plug your app is not appropriate.
Yeah, that's a bit offsides.
Yeah, that's just bad. That's just real fucked up, Scott. A write-up in MSN notes, Adams didn't make major waves with a February 2021 comic that poked fun at those who received a coronavirus vaccine, but he did ruffle feathers when he espoused debunked claims that people who weren't vaccinated fared better than those who were in a video shared by the Just Think podcast. In the 2020s, his political statements also started to focus more on race. At the beginning of 2022, he tweeted that he was going to self-identify as a black woman until Biden picks his Supreme Court nominee, which the president had vowed would be a black woman. And then in June of 2020, Adams tweeted that when the Dilbert TV show ended in 2000 after just 2 seasons, it was the third job I lost for being white. So Scott's madness crescendos after the 2022 Highland Park mass shooting. This, like so many mass shootings, was carried out by a very young man, 21 years old. Rather than seeing this as perhaps a reason to explore more restrictive laws as to when firearms can be purchased, or perhaps as a sign of deeply toxic aspects of our culture and the things that young men in it are raised to believe, Scott posted one of the craziest things I've ever seen on Twitter, which is an app fueled entirely by mental breakdowns. Here's Scott, again in the wake of a mass shooting.
Oh, no.
The Highland shooting and every fentanyl overdose death among the young are teaching us the same lesson, and we refuse to learn it. It's difficult, but I'm qualified to give you this lesson, unfortunately.
God damn it.
This won't be easy to read. When a young male, let's say 14 to 19, is a danger to himself and others, society gives the supporting family two options. Number one, watch people die. And number two, kill your own son. Those are your only options.
What?
I chose one and watched my stepson die. I was relieved he took no one else with him. If you think there is a third choice in which your wisdom and tough love, along with government services, fixes that broken young man, you are living in a delusion. There are no other options. You have to either murder your own son or watch him die and maybe kill others. There is a sad reality behind this. That's like fucked up.
What the
That's
hell?
real bad. First off, not true. I mean, among other things, I did an interview when I was still working with Cracked at a young man who attempted to carry out a mass shooting at his school. This was back in the late 90s, and got caught and stopped, thankfully, before he was able to shoot anybody. But he had the guns he was about to start. He was penalized, obviously. Like, he was sent to, I think, a mental institution for a while. But, like, he's like, it's been decades. He's like a normal person. He's got a life now. He's like, hasn't killed anyone. Like, you can, in fact, intervene in people who are like going in dark directions, and they can be saved. It happens all the time. Part of why it doesn't get more attention is that a guy shooting up a school obviously is a thing that people are going to pay attention to all the times, every single day, in which a mentor comes across a kid who's starting to head under a dark path and like reaches that, convinces that person, you know, every time that a parent like sees that their child is starting to like embrace toxic aspects of like belief and behavior, and starts to talk to them and you know, starts to work with them and tries to understand and counsel them. Every time like people get pulled back from that brink, it doesn't, like, you don't get a news story about that, right? Like, obviously, like, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. It's kind of fucked up to say that like once people start to show that they have that they're fetishizing violence, that you know, they're embracing like racist or problematic beliefs, or that they're, you know, you're starting to get addicted to drugs, that there's no way to save them. Like, if you've lived a life, you know, people who have been pulled away from all sorts of fucked up things, or who have like gone too far down a dark road and pulled themselves back. It happens all the time. Not that it's like easy or simple. These are terrible things to deal with as a kid, having a child who like you think might shoot up a school. That's a terrifying position to be in but like people get pulled away from that kind of stuff. Now, there is a sad
Wait, what happened to his stepson? That is a...
Well, that's what we're about to talk about.
Oh, no.
So, it's a pretty sad story. Scott's stepson was involved in a serious bicycle accident at age 14. He suffered severe brain damage, which caused him to lose all impulse control, and he became terribly addicted to drugs and eventually died of a fentanyl overdose in 2018. This is a horrible story. There's a video in 2018 when Scott gets the news where he's just like weeping to his audience, and I have no doubt that it's genuine.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah, I don't want to brag on him for losing a child.
No, I don't either. But like, number one, I think that 2018 video doesn't look to me like a man who like gave up on a child. It looks to me like a man who's sad because what he was doing didn't work. And I think it's very depressing that like the lesson he took out of this is that like you can't save people when they start to have problems. Obviously, everyone can't be saved. Clearly, Scott's stepson, whatever was going on, like, was not something he was able to pull out of, and that's a tragedy. I know multiple people who had serious addictions to like things that were going to kill them and stopped, you know? I have friends who like, I have a fucking friend who survived shooting himself. Like, people come through terrible things and build lives afterwards. And the attitude that, like, when a young man is troubled, all you can do is let them die or murder them is that's such a bad thing to take out of this experience.
Okay, that sounds sociopathic.
It is, and it's also one of the things that's really problematic to me about this is that, like, he is bringing his stepson's death up in the context of a man who went on a mass shooting and murdered people. His stepson just had a drug addiction. Having a drug addiction and dying as a result of it is not in the same moral universe as shooting strangers to death with a fucking rifle.
No.
Like, comparing those two things is insane.
Well, I think it's the whole mentality of, addiction is a moral failing, not a disease.
Yeah, it's like, number one, especially in this case, like, this is a kid who's got, like, brain damage and he has no impulse control, which is sad and hard to deal with, but, like, it's not the same as deciding to murder people. You shouldn't be talking about these things together.
They're not even in the same realm.
No. Like, it's one of those things, Scott. So obviously the culmination of this, where we are now, is that earlier this year, Scott made a number of super racist comments about black people and about how, like, white people just need to stop talking to and stop being, associated with black people, stop living with black people. We just have to separate. Like, it's pretty fucked up shit. And, like, everyone gets this is like the straw that finally breaks the camel's back. He says something that, like, the normies take, note of, and it leads to the collapse of his cartooning career. In, like, the space of a week, he gets dropped by shitloads of newspapers. His syndicate, his publisher drop him. Everybody drops him. And Scott, again, tries to do kind of I was really trying to make this very intelligent point, and all the really smart people got what I was trying to say in context, but the dumb people got angry. My argument, Scott, is that a writer who repeatedly fails to get his point across to his audience is bad at writing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yep.
It's one thing I remember from all of that, because I did have people contact me and like ask if I wanted to do quotes. I was like, not really. Like, contact a cartoonist of color. That's who you should be talking to, not me. But, like, one thing I will always remember about it was feeling. Like, I saw people, like, applauding the syndicate, Andrew's Universal.
Yeah.
Andrew McNeil Universal. And I'm like, yeah, they did it, but, like, it took this.
Yeah.
This was, like, there weren't even dog whistles before this. Like, there were countless points where they could have stood up and said, no, that's too far, dude.
Yeah.
But, like, it literally got to a point where newspapers had to say, oh, you're going to lose this spot. And it finally hurt. And now they're like, oh, well, we're not going to stand by it. No, you're not going to stand by the fact that you're losing money. If you had the morality, and again, I should point out, I'm saying this is myself, not on behalf of King Features or Hearst Media, my syndicate. Just my perspective, if you really had any morality, he would have been dropped a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, this, like, the bigotry has been there in display for a while, and now you're like, oh, now you have the morality because you're losing newspapers.
Now I will say,
I
am
just putting the
speaking
comic
on behalf.
online now.
Yeah, he's got his comic online. You can still read Dilbert if you want to for some reason. It is now entirely focused on, like, weird cancel culture grievance shit. But yeah, if you want that in your life, it's still available somewhere. And it's one of those things, you are not speaking on behalf of anyone else. I am speaking on behalf of my corporation. I am speaking on behalf of both Cool Zone Media and iHeartRadio when I assure everyone Scott Adams lives inside of a mansion shaped like Dilbert's head, with a swimming pool out back also shaped like Dilbert's head, where he spends all of his recreational time. Right now, Scott is sitting in a swimming pool shaped like Dilbert's head, angry that people on the internet are making fun of him. And if you want to let Scott know that, let him know that he lives in a house shaped like the head of Dilbert. I think he'd appreciate that. Maybe it'll save him.
I also remember, didn't he finally introduced a black character in this comic in the last year or so?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
The first strip was literally using the black character to shit on trans people.
Yeah, it's very, very Scott Adams. Everything he does is very Scott Adams.
It's just... It's like that one shitty kid you went to school with, who this is the only attention he can get, and he's so proud of it. And when people hate him, it's like, I won. No, you're just pathetic.
Yeah, you're just kind of sad, bruh.
And like, oh, he could literally say, you know what? I'm not talking to anybody. I'm going to sit and enjoy my money for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
valid. Go for it, and we'd all be happier.
Again, there's not a single human being on the face of the earth who has a bad opinion of Bill Watterson.
No, I mean, they're probably the syndicate who used to deal with them.
Probably the syndicate, because he cost him a lot of money. But like, fucking A, you know? He was like, I made this for 10 years. I feel like if I keep making it, the quality will drop. I'm going to go paint landscapes somewhere in the rural Midwest for the rest of my life. And
Jim Davis, again, like, you may not like Garfield.
Yeah.
You may think it's a shallow comic, whatever. But every cartoonist or every person who's ever dealt with him, he's a sweetheart. He is very supportive.
He is a nice man. He has never leapt into a fucking culture controversy. He knows that's not what we need from the Garfield man. I don't need to know the Garfield guy's opinion on any of this stuff. Like,
what was it, that comic Garfield minus Garfield, when it came up? He could have easily squashed that. Instead, he's like, no, it's a great idea. Keep doing it, guys.
Yeah, keep doing it. Like, it's one of those, like, Jim Davis is never going to, like, come in and be like, here's what everyone needs to know about, like, race mixing from Jim Davis.
God.
Like, he's never going to give you that. And that's, again, earned his money. Good for you, Jim Davis. And you know what, Scott, just for some evidence of what you could be like, Jim Davis lives in a house shaped like Garfield's head, and we don't make fun of him for it because we respect Jim Davis.
You do you, Jim Davis. Just keep on hating Mondays and tell us how cats need lasagna.
Yeah.
And weird abuse of Odie and John creeping on the vet. That's
sure.
You've made it. You've made it.
Yeah.
Although, give us a better explanation what happened to fucking Lyman, Davis.
What happened to Lyman, Davis? Yeah. That's some real deep Garfield lore for those of you who are real Garfield heads. Anyway, there's actually like a shocking amount of very deep and unsettling online Garfield lore. People should seek it out.
There is some really terrifying.
Seek it out on a dark night when you're alone in your house and really delve into the dark Garfield hole. But you know what other hole people should delve into?
These ads and services?
No. Your
Oh, yes, my holes. My deep dark holes.
Yeah. Your holes.
Well, if you want to find me online, my online comic, Something Positive, has been going around for 21 years. It is at somethingpositive.net. Or if you want to read a new Popeye strip every Sunday that makes apparently certain uncles on Facebook mad, go to comicskingdom.com/Popeye every Sunday. Yeah. And thank you guys for having me. This has been, I'm hesitant to say fun. It could have been worse. Yeah. It could have been a John K episode. It could have been John.
Yeah, we'll get to Califranakis, or however it's pronounced, one of these days.
John, awful human being who, I don't know. Spunko, Ren and Stimpy.
A lot of great animator bastards out there. But
again, I work in a field where look, we're left alone in dark rooms for hours on end. Yeah. It's gonna go one of two ways.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know this, but Gahan Wilson helped build the Hiroshima bomb. Look it up, people. Look it up. It's out there. Find the evidence.
I almost made a joke about one of my predecessors on Popeye, but I'm pretty sure I would get a severe talking to. So they were all faultless, lovely men. All of them.
Just like everyone who's ever worked for Clear Channel Communications. Anyway, that's the podcast, everybody. Have a great night.
Wait, what about where they can find you?
The internet. Oh, yeah, I have a book called After the Revolution. You can find it anywhere you find books. Like, type it, wherever you get your books, type it in. Go to a bookstore, with some sort of crude weapon, ideally a copy of Jerusalem by Alan Moore, and threaten the teller until they buy a copy of my book, After the Revolution. That's how you do it.
And if you, the listener...
Okay. All right. Well, we got to the end. We did it. We got to the end. Give yourselves a small pat on the back. Not too big. I mean, but hey, we finished something. Oh, man. I've been having a lot. part of the reason I've been feeling bad is because I put out this skeet on Blue Sky. And I hate using the word skeet. Yeah, actually, I don't hate using it, but like it does not feel like a polite company thing to say. You know what I mean? You know, you're in polite company, like, so I skeeted the other day. You know, like, okay, yeah, that could be easily misinterpreted. But I was like, Jesus, I need an environment artist that'll do some work pro bono. Now, I didn't realize that there were a lot of people that didn't understand what pro bono meant. Chat, quick. What does pro bono mean? Not necessarily literally. Don't give me the literal definition and the etymology of pro bono. But what does it mean? If you say I need someone who's willing to do something pro bono, what does that mean? I'll give you a minute. Girl Bison says voluntary. Cute little cat girl says doing something for free. Congratulations. You know what pro bono means. So, I didn't realize that there were people that didn't understand what pro bono meant. So I got a lot of responses. And so I dealt with a lot of responses. So I responded back. And we were starting to get into the nitty-gritty, and a lot of them were like, okay, so how much is this job going to pay? And I'm like, there is no pay. That's why I said pro bono. Now, some people immediately were like, oh, okay, well, I can't work for free. And then they just, conversation was over. But there were a lot of people who were like, okay, so how much does it pay? And I'm like, no, pro bono means you work for free. We can't expect people to work for free. I didn't. That's why I asked. I wasn't hiding it. I said pro bono. I'm sorry for the confusion. And so, now I'm like, oh, God. How many more times am I going to have this conversation in the next few days? Because it happened more than once. And I'm just like, I am asking for a favor. Yeah, lawyers say that all the time. It's a fairly common phrase. And I thought maybe it was like a translation problem. Like maybe I was talking to people who were who are not native English speakers. But that's what's stressing me out. And I felt really bad because I'm like, no, I have nothing. There's no money. I'm hat in hand. You know, just because I'm creating something doesn't mean I have money, you know, and I don't expect you to. And it just got me really, 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 really depressed. You know, it got me really depressed because it's like, God damn it. What do I do now? I'm annoyed. I was a little annoyed because, like, from my perspective, it's like I'm already begging. I am already begging. And now I have to apologize because there's some sort of miscommunication by which people thought that I was offering, not begging. And that feels bad because it's like I can't dig myself out of this hole. You know, like it's that feeling of like I'm not one of the other like problems is that one of the other problems is that just I've paid money for artwork that I couldn't use because I agreed to. But that doesn't make it any more usable. So now I'm out of money. And I have to work on a Kickstarter to continue a project, which is begging, having to beg again. Just in order to continue this project. There's a good chance the project won't continue. You know, this could just be dead. This could just be dead on arrival. Well, dead before arrival. It could just be dead. And I'm sitting here going, I'm out of tricks. I'm out of razzle dazzle. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I got nothing. You know, like that's where I'm at right now. It's like what do you want? It's all done. Maybe I can't finish this, you know. It's oh. You know, I don't even want to I hate even putting that out in the air. But I don't know what else to do. You know? You know, to say nothing of the fact that it's getting so shitty in general. And not the game, but like, you know, the world. That constant feeling of like, you know, what are we supposed to fucking do? Oh. Teach me, David Bowie. Like, what should I do? Oh, thank you for the fucking donation, Delta. It does help a little bit. Do I like Wednesday? I did like the Wednesday Addams show. I'm unfortunately like in one of those moods where I hate everything because I'm so frustrated. So like all I do, like I feel bad because all I do right now is work on Babylon, fucking watch true crime and sleep. Oh, I'm gonna tell you. I've gotten to the point where I've watched so much true crime, I'm now a snob about it. You know, because I hate the kind of true crime shows where it's like, we got to make this more exciting, and that's when a turnaround happened. And I'm like, you've seen those, right? Where it's sort of like, it's a true crime show about something, but you've got this narrator over it going, he walked down a dark lit street in Los Angeles, and that's when he made the wrong turn. And they cut to like, somebody, it was about 4 a.m. when Mr. Adamson walked down on 3rd Street and apparently had been targeted by specific individuals. And those specific individuals would end his life. Blah, 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 blah. Like they all kind of talk like that. And I'm like, no. This does not make this interesting. This makes me want to like do something else while it's playing in the background so I don't have to fucking listen to it. So why am I watching it? And then I turn it off. I try to find something else. I did find a good one, though. I did find a good true crime documentary on Netflix. It's called Kings of Tupelo. Now, nothing about the thumbnail for Kings of Tupelo gives you any idea what the fuck it's about, which is a problem, because it is about an Elvis impersonator accused of attempting to assassinate the president. So, real thing that really happened. And that's just the beginning of the crazy. Now, these are the kinds of fucking documentaries that I love, because you're sitting there going, what? Oh, you missed the deadline for the Filipino folklore zine? Oh. Well, keep trying, man. Like, keep trying. Also, what? That's kind of fun. No, the documentary is incredibly fun. Because you're just sitting there like, tried to assassinate the okay, I got to watch this. And it's got an amazing cast of characters. And by the way, it's a documentary. And you're just like, man, these people are just nuts. These people are just nuts. You know, it's got Elvis impersonators, it's got white trash, it's got Good Old Boy Network, it's got Southern money, it's got Southern rivalries, it's got inappropriate activities in an office environment. It's got everything. It's actually quite well done. And it doesn't have an annoying voiceover. Like, I like it when they don't have an annoying voiceover, but when they have someone, I don't mind one where someone is explaining what happened because they were there and you weren't. But I do mind that voiceover that works like this. You know, I do mind that shit. Like the guy from Honest Trailers makes fun of that voice for a reason. Yeah, Kings of Tupelo is on Netflix. I'm going to tell Yogi he has to watch this. He has to watch it because it's just too crazy. It's one of those, man, this is nuts. But it's not like, it's not as crazy as that Natalia Grace one. Because that one is just insane. But like, in that one, innocent people are getting hurt. So you feel kind of bad because you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that one is like, if we don't figure this out, someone could be dead. This is not that. All the action has already happened. Now, and it's not that people couldn't have died, but it's over and they didn't. Yeah, like it, okay, but the Elvis cult feels underused. Exactly. Exactly.
Me hear you say life's taking you nowhere. Angel, looking for sky, life's begun. Life's a woman, the days are young. There's no baby over so what a little you say, a little sweet. Last night they loved you, opening doors and pulling some strings. Angel, and walk locked and you locked in time. Never look back, walk tall and fine. Was really baby for 1,000 years. Been fooling to you in these golden years. Girl, you're gonna set me on fire. My brain is flaming. I don't know which way to go. Yeah. Your kisses leave me higher, like the sweet song of a choir.
Jesus.
A real good time. I feel alive. And the world, I'm turning inside out. Yeah. I'm floating around in ecstasy. So don't stop me now. Don't stop me. 'Cause I'm having a good time. Having a good time. A shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky. Yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop
Hey, Alexander, what's up?
a good time. Don't stop. Yes, I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop at all. Yeah. I'm a rocket ship on my way to Mars on a collision course. I am a satellite. I'm out of control. I'm a sex machine ready to reload like an atom bomb about to explode. I'm burning through the sky. Yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic woman of you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff, that Queen. You know? Oh, boy. Man. Whew. Oh, someone said Prince.
Oh, hey, the new king in town. Young and old, gather round. Yeah. Black and white, red and green. The funkiest thing you've ever seen. Party man, like a party like nobody can. Rules and regulations, no place in this nation. Party man, party people say now. Party how if you wanna party.
Ladies and gentlemen, no pictures, please.
Oh, thanks, Ryle. I appreciate it.
A little bit to help the fun smile. Also, I bought Clive Barker's Weave World at a sidewalk sale a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's a good
Have
book.
you, or anyone in the chat, read it yet?
Yeah, that's a good book.
Master, and his name is Satan.
Oh, thank you,
The
Shafai.
wars
I
persist,
appreciate it.
but we
I
remain
appreciate it
silly.
all. Hail Satan to all of you. May all the great things in life happen to you and all the bad things not happen. Oh, yeah, no, that Prince Batman soundtrack's amazing. You know, I wonder.
Oh, I got a live one here.
Go with a smile.
Keep busting.
And where
Is the Batman. Speaking of Batman, have you looked at the Absolute Batman comic? I have not. I am not in. I'm not entirely out of the superhero thing at the moment, but like, I'm a little bit done with the superhero thing at the moment. Don't get me wrong. I'm still going to see Fantastic Four. I'm still going to see Superman. Maybe that'll get me back into it. But like, as far as comics are concerned, I'm not real interested in whatever they're doing. Whatever superhero comics are doing right now, I really don't care. I care about some of the movies, but Kim Newman, Peter Straub, and Shirley Jackson. Oh, yeah, those are all great. Those are all great. Let me double check on something. Yeah, one of those, Kim Newman is a dude. He did Anna Dracula, which I actually really, really, really like Anna Dracula. Yeah, it's I read some of Absolute Wonder Woman, but I didn't really care to find out where it was going. I mean, it was like, okay. Planetary was fun, but that was like, what, 2006? That was a while back. Yeah, I'm just not really interested in what superhero comics are doing right now. I feel a little bit bad, but not really, because sometimes they just go through periods of suck, man, and I wish I had some sort of remedy. I mean, artistically I do, but like practically, nah, I got no. You know what? Fuck it. Problem I have with superhero comics is they're mainly for a white male audience. And it makes me wonder why. It makes me wonder why. Because it's like, no, we could be doing other stuff. Like, we could be doing other stuff in superheroes. You know, but yeah, let's face it, they're all written from that perspective. And so they all have that perspective. And it's fucking irritating. It's fucking irritating. You know, fucking pisses me off because I'm just like, okay. Yeah, all right. Like even when a character is not white, they're white. Know what I mean? Jesus is Lord. No. The whole point of Jesus is to be Christ-like, and if you are to be Christ-like, then there is no Lord. There is no Lord. You know, the greatest emperor and the lowliest peasant are equals. Yeah, I wish they were a little bit more. Well, I don't know, man. Like, I think originality, in many ways, I think originality is overrated. But I also think it's because people don't realize what originality is. Originality is just simply creating something that people haven't seen in a while. You know, adding something new, which usually comes up to hasn't been seen in this generation. You know, because it's true that there is nothing new under the sun, but there are dawns and sunsets that you haven't seen. Yeah, there's a lot of lowest common denominator. And one of the things I hate about the white male audience is that it is the lowest common denominator. You know, it is the lowest common denominator. And that's a problem. That is a problem. You know, I feel like the business of comics is causing the of superhero comics specifically. I'm talking about superhero comics here specifically, not the entire comics art form. But like it's yeah, I haven't seen the Miles Morales Thor. I mean, that might be good. That might be good. I would probably prefer to see a movie. You know, man, where was I? Oh yeah. Yeah, the problem I have with a lot of superhero comics is that they are kind of lowest common denominator. And that lowest common denominator is middle-aged white guys. Yeah, I've read the American Vampire series. It didn't grab me. Oh yeah, that Batman closeted homosexual and pedophilic relationship. That's as old as Robin, I think. Well, like I said, I don't. Oh, they did a movie of Dylan Dog. It's not that good. You know, like there is a bit more energy in European comics. You know, comics outside the United States. I don't think that's arguable because they deal with different topics. You know, it's not overwhelmed by the superhero narrative. And I think what bothers me is that if they were geared towards I don't like it that it's geared towards like middle-aged white dudes. I mean, even though I tick off 2 of those boxes, that last one is always the killer. It's always the killer. I really hated in a culture that cannot support that cannot live on a customer base that supports something like Vertigo Comics. My interest in comics wanes. Yeah, Seduction of the Innocent by Wortham. Piece of shit. Yeah, but I feel about superhero comics the way I feel about anime. Right now, at least. Anime right now. Which is, I'm like, I am so not... I feel bad saying this because he's so celebrated, but my problem with Robert Kirkham is he's definitely a white boy. And that bugs the fuck out of me whenever I read his shit because it's really it's difficult to explain. It's difficult to explain the ways in which Robert Kirkham's writing is white. Like it takes a lot. It would God, how do I even put this? The only thing I can think of bringing up isn't actually even about his as an example of what I mean. It doesn't even come from his writing. I just don't know how to explain it. Okay, you know how most a lot, people will read Watchmen and they'll idolize Rorschach. And then Alan Moore will be like, yeah, you totally missed the point of the character. I always... No. There might be a better way of talking about this. Every comics author has a thing that they keep talking about or a thing that they keep doing. And whether or not you enjoy that thing kind of determines whether or not you continue to be into that author once you notice it. Like using an example from my favorite, one of my favorite comics writers, or favorite writers, period, Alan Moore. He writes a lot of stories that involve rape. He does. He does. If you don't want to read those stories, now the defense I will put up is it's like rape is not a good thing in his stories. It is a thing what happens. And it's usually considered bad. But it is something that is likely to come up in his work. So if you don't want to even read that shit, you'll avoid him. I can take reading about that stuff, even though it bothers me. But then again, I have a high disgust tolerance. I think that's safe to say. At least when it comes to fiction. One of the things that is very common to Kirkham's work is white suburbia. And I don't mean that he always uses that as a setting. What I mean is that is usually the assumed perspective of the story. And once I started noticing it, I couldn't unnotice it. Also, I could put it another way. I don't necessarily buy a zombie comic to watch white people argue for 10 pages. Yeah, he writes about what's normal for him, and it's not me, man. It's not me. Like, and even when he writes a character who isn't white, they feel white by default. And I have no taste for that shit. So whether or not he's a good writer is kind of for me is beside the point. That's the shit I don't want to bother reading. Because there's often some kind of apologia. Some sort of like almost apology for being white that I just don't give a shit about. Like, I just don't give a shit. I'm like, that's nice. Maybe you're working through your issues. I got other shit I want to do. And I'm sure that speaks to a lot of people. But I don't care for it. And whoever the comic celebrity du jour is, I don't really care. And I know that when it comes to certain things like true crime and comics, I'm a lot less forgiving than I am of film. I'm way less forgiving. Film, I'm more forgiving of. There are too many things there are so many things that can go wrong when making a film. Like, if you think getting a comic made is hard, you have no idea. You have no idea. But in something like writing or comics, the author's voice kind of is way more unfiltered. It's way more clearly what they wanted to do. It's or if it's not what they wanted to do, it's more clearly what it is. Grant Morrison. Yeah, I like Grant Morrison a lot. I don't like him as much as I like Alan Moore. You know, I think Grant Morrison is great. It helps that he's not American. Because if he is doing that white boy thing, I can't tell because the stereotypes and the cliches would be different. Yeah, it's literally writer/artist or reader. You know, it's like, you know, and while the editor could get their fingers in it, you know, it doesn't have to go through as many people. Yeah, We Three is great. Yeah, Grant Morrison is one of the best comic writers in the world. You know, and one of the ways, well, no, I'll just say that he's just one of the greatest comic writers in the world. Like he is in the same class as Alan Moore. I just happen to like Alan Moore better. But with true crime and comics, even though true crime is largely film, I'm way snobbier. I'm snobbier about that than I am about music by a lot. You know, because when it comes to some things, I'm like, dazzle me. You know, because I've been bitten so many times. You know, it's like, oh wait, oh this one's good? Oh really? Oh really? It's gonna be good? Oh, it's fucking amazing. Oh, it's fucking awesome. Read it. It's like everything else. Fuck you. You know, so I'm real hard to please when it comes to comics. It's why I don't tend to buy a lot of periodicals. You know, the individual issues. My Friend Dahmer is great. That is a great comic. That is an absolutely great comic. The movie is pretty good, but it ain't the comic, and it's impossible to describe the differences unless you've read the comic. Because the comic is autobiographical. But it's not, the main character is not Dahmer. It's one of Dahmer's high school friends. Oh, I was about to say, Mouse didn't stick with you? Are you crazy? I was like, oh, non-Mouse. Yeah. Mouse is the work that he is going to be known for forever. You know. Because it was the most personal. You know, it's very good stuff. Whew. It's rough stuff, but it's good stuff. Oh, Stuff of Legends. Yeah, that's another really good one. That's the one about the toys, right? That's the one you're talking about? Oh, they made a board game out of it. Yeah, Stuff of Legend is great. You know what? I should get the fucking hardcover of that. What about video games? Oh, I just don't play that many video games anymore. You know, don't get me wrong. I play them. I'm just not like... I'm not as invested in them as I used to be. Fable was interesting. I haven't read Saga. I'm told Saga's great. I just haven't read it. Yeah, they have an omnibus of 1 and 2. So I'm like, ooh. Yeah, the Paper Girls? I can't remember. Probably. Yeah, American video games are in a American video games are in a bad place right now. Foreign video games are in a really good place. Like that Claire Obscure, that Wukong, that, you know, shit like that. Oh, that's doing great. Fucking Baldur's Gate 3, like that's a Polish studio. American video games are doing bad. Because all those studios and companies are being strip mined. They're being strip mined by, by parent companies and shit. Yeah, American video games are in a bad place. The American video game industry is in a very bad place. They've lost funding, and now they're being strip mined for IP and shit. You know, that's just the way it is. I don't know what to tell you. You know. Yeah, you heard the Perfect Dark remake got canceled? Yeah. That's part of it. You know, Microsoft just slaughtered every studio they bought. Yeah. Slaughtered every studio they bought. Don't know what to tell you. You know, but like in foreign countries, video games are doing great. They're doing great. You know, so you're not gonna lose out on video game. It's just America's dominancy of the dominancy is gonna fall. And that includes Canada, actually. Just all in North America. It's gonna fall. It's falling already. You know, you're gonna see fewer and fewer like good titles from companies coming from North America and more great titles coming from other places. You know, it's okay, video game fans. I'm a horror fan. This kind of shit happens. This kind of shit just happens. In the late 90s and early 2000s, there was a American horror was in the shitter. It was bad. Almost everything that came out was bad. Occasionally, you got a Freddy versus Jason. Occasionally. But for the most part, the real shit, like the good movies, Japan, China, Philippines, Thailand. And now, where's all the action in horror movies? Europe. Europe, baby. That's all the energy's coming from. But who knows where it will go next? Could be Argentina. Argentina has like a lot of shit going on. Things change, baby. Shit fucking changes. Like we got, like America's getting, in the horror world, America's getting its own back again. You know? Who knows? Who knows? Winds shift. Trailer for Phase Zero? What the fuck is Phase Zero? It's a movie or a video game? Oh, looks like a video game. Looks interesting. Oh, whoops. Bonk.
Phase Zero.
Looks interesting. Could be good. Yeah, let me get some coffee. Let me get some coffee. Get some coffee. Valve hardware survey. No, I don't want to take your goddamn fucking survey. People coming at me with long knives and big pointy roses. I don't know what that meant. Oh, man. Oh, The Editor. The Editor. I love that movie. I love that movie. Oh, the movie's so good. I love it. Let's tax the rich. I'll just say it. Let's tax the rich. I say we tax the 32 billionaires of America. Motherfuckers wanna skull fuck them till they die. Put a hole in the skulls, stick a dick in, go in and out until the jizz go in. Skull fucking. Now I'm talking about skull fucking billionaires, Let's sing a song. Skull fucking, gonna skull fuck a billionaire. Gonna put a hole in their head and stick my dick in. That's the song, right? What has been raising the rise in disability benefit claims? Well, we did just have this pandemic. That can't be it. Oh my God, it must be welfare cheats. And you know what kind of people they are. Maybe I should have been in Guar. Then I could just skull fuck billionaires on stage. Skull fuck a billionaire. Stick your dick in. Watch them comes out and the green comes. Skull fuck a billionaire. Dad, dad. Skull fuck a billionaire. Yeah, yeah. Ah. I'm Lord Loomer. Okay, maybe I ought to, maybe I ought to get going. Maybe I ought to get going. My brain, I'm telling you, my brain fucking, what the fuck? Hey, Jack, before you go, left a little comic here. Oh, God damn it. Why? Nancy and Sluggo and the return of Una Goose Pimple. So basically, Nancy and Slogo apparently hung out with some fake Wednesday Addams called Una Goose Pimple. I don't know why. Why? Why do you do this to me? How dare. How dare. Oh, man. Yep, stick a fork in me, I'm done. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. Oh, time for me to retreat back to the world of fucking, return to the world of, oh my fucking God, I can't fucking stand a goddamn thing. I make a lot of calls tomorrow. Oh, little Lulu, I love you, Lulu, just the same.
Look at all these alternative comic book creators. Alan Moore, Art Spiegelman, oh, Dan Clowes. I really identified with the girls in Ghost World. They made me feel like I wasn't so alone.
Yeah, whatever. Do you know anyone who works at Batman? Because I really want to draw Batman. I'm awesome at utility belts. Check these out. This is where the Batman keeps his money in case he has to take the bus.
Mm-hmm. Alan Moore, you wrote my favorite issues of Radioactive Man.
Oh, really? So you like that I made your favourite superhero a heroin-addicted jazz critic who's not radioactive?
I don't read the words. I just like when he punches people. How do you make his costume stick so close to his muscles? Mr. Moore, will you sign my DVD of Watchmen Babies? Which of the babies is your favorite?
You see what those bloody corporations do? They take your ideas and they suck them. Suck them like leeches until they've gotten every last drop of the marrow from your bones.
Hey, Teacup, why don't you chill out?
Very well. Oh, little Lulu, I love you, Lou, just the same.
Attention, comic book aficionados! This man is not one of us. He has a girlfriend.
My name's Strawberry. My purse is a lunchbox.
Now, listen up, my wayward little fanboys. I have the most wonderful news. My store now sells ninja weapons.
Whoa! You would sell weapons of the Orient to children? That is weak.
Face the facts, has-been. This man is the comic book guy our town deserves.
Very well. I guess the mature thing to do is...
Oh no, the store's in trouble.
League of Extraordinary Freelancers, activate!
Mouse is in the house. How do you like this punchline?
Listen, Marge, I've been wondering all these years, what is it about me that you find so irresistible? Let's face it, you could do better.
Well, maybe I could, but every time I look at you, I see the same adorable boy I fell in love with.
Oh.
Well, there's nothing like a happy ending.
Holy heavens! Is that a meteor heading for the Earth?
Maybe. But tonight, there's a benefit for underpaid comic book artists of the 40s and 50s.
To the cash bar.
I'm young pussycat. Whoa.
Good stuff. All right. Yeah, I think I better go. I'm getting loopy and weird.
Hey there, folks. Hope you're doing well
Ah!
today. You know, we are trying to focus on a
God damn it! Okay, it stopped. I'm fucking just. Ah! And in one brilliant flash, I remembered about the fucking bullshit of the universe. Bullshit of planet Earth. I want to skull fuck it. I want to skull fuck the planet Earth. I don't want to give it any no mirth. I Night, everybody.